really quick overview of how to use MyFitnessPal. Now, one thing we want to make sure we do is set up your calories manually. So you're going to go to More in the bottom. You want to go to Goals. You'll put your starting weight up here, wherever that might be, and then whatever your current weight is. So whatever you have given us on your form, make sure you put that in on here, okay? And make sure your goal weight is also the same right now, because I've already figured for the goals you've given me on the phone. We're strictly using this app to track our food only. I want you to have the maintained weight on your weekly goal, and then on your activity level, leave it as active. The next thing you're going to do is go on down to calorie and macronutrient goals, pop that open, and then you're going to put in whatever calories I've given you. Everyone's got different numbers, so it's going to be custom to you. Based on those calories, we're then going to adjust your macros to those calories, okay? Now, I don't want you to get hung up on percentages from here forward. This is the only time you're going to use them. But everyone's got slightly different percentages here or there, probably 1 or 2, maybe even 5% differences. Don't worry about the differences. But you're just going to simply use the sliding wheel to get your protein and your fat where I might have them. If you get to a point where it's like you're maybe shy on one because we're using percentages, then just make sure you round up to the next percentage, whatever that is, to make sure your bottom right number is 100%. Now, once you've got those numbers figured in, you go ahead and save it, hit the back button, and then we'll back all the way out. Now, if you use the free version of MyFitnessPal, there's going to be a feature that you can't turn off. And at the very top, what you're going to see is your goals is, like right now, I've got it set for 3,000 calories. When you log your food, it'll take off what you've taken in. On the free version, it has plus extra exercise. So if you have this hooked up to an app, or if you have a Fitbit or like a Garmin watch or whatever that's maybe attached to your activity tracker, this is going to add more calories to your day. The difference is I've already figured for your activity level. So we don't want to follow that feature. Again, if you have it on the free version, you cannot turn that off. If you pay for the premium, you could turn that option off, and I suggest you do it if you have premium. If you don't, just ignore it when it adds more calories and stick to your original goal on the side. Now, if you're going to track your food, you're going to hit that plus symbol at the bottom. Let's say add food, and say for your breakfast. I'm just going to do something real quick here. Let's do some eggs. We'll just say I did 2 egg whites, and then we'll say we did, I don't know, let's do some frosted mini wheats here. It's already plugged in, and you're golden. Now, what you'll see for that breakfast is I've got 319 calories, and that's how much is remaining in 2,681. So to kind of see where you're at the end of the day, once you've added in all your meals for every meal, you go to nutrition. Now, what I care about, if I care about for you to look at, is nutrients. So at the very top, under the big word nutrition, you'll see 3 options. There's calories, nutrients, and macros. All I want you to look at is nutrients. If you go to macros, you're going to see this wheel here. I do not care about your percentages because I already know what they are. I want you to look at your nutrients. This is for you because it's going to tell you what your goal protein, your goal carbs, and your goal fat are. And then it tells you how much you've had for the day, and then at the very far right-hand corner, you have what's left. Those are the main things we're pinpointing right now is your protein, carbs, and your fat. So to kind of see where you're landing up, that's a good way to do it. Now, what I recommend for planning purposes is to go ahead and plan your meals, plug in your meals. You're going to have to weigh and measure your food, and then kind of see where you end up for the day. The next few days is a good time to practice using this because Monday we start logging it down. So speaking of logging, at the end of each day, you're going to go to each this view. So right now it says day view. I'm looking at today. So let's say I hit my numbers. I'm 188 on protein, 300 on carbs, and then 117 on fat. Well, I'm going to put those 3 numbers onto my weekly tracker that has been emailed to you. And that's how the coach is going to help you out to kind of see how your weeks are going. It is okay if you go over or under because we are looking for the weekly average. If you're consistently under, then you already know you have work to do. Get to the calories and the macros that have been assigned to you. Don't shortchange yourself hoping to make faster progress. If you're having issues, we will work with it. So going back to here, let's say you're going to add some food and you don't know what it is, or maybe you don't have it in your history. If you hit the little barcode in the top right, you could just scan whatever is in the package there. And if you don't know, let's say you're at a restaurant, someone asked about food for going to restaurants. Let's say let's say Red Robin. See if Red Robin's on here. I know some folks, this is their favorite. And I'm going to search it. And we'll see what it comes up. So Red Robin's Buzzard Wings. So you can kind of search through their menu here as well. And you could pick what it is. If it fits in within your macronutrients, it's better. It may not be a quote-unquote healthy choice, but if it fits within those macros, you can use it. I would suggest that you don't use all your fat calories and your fat macros for one meal. Try to space it out throughout the day. But that's what we're looking to try to dial in is 1, hit your numbers. And then 2, let's work on the timing and where it's separated at. So that is the quick overview of our MyFitnessPal and what you want to look at when you're tracking your food through this. Any more questions, go ahead and post it down below in the comments, and I'll be happy to answer it.